All right, JP has said that they're good. We are waiting now on AN. If all's good, then I'm good. All right, guys, let's get this kicked off. Game 1 of Day 5. Welcome to YOLO Weekend. It is AN versus JP. I'm trying to shift the blame here, not onto anyone, just away from me. Lear, 2016.
Sounds about right.
Oh, you might notice also that the audience is back.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd has returned after its suspicious Friday break. I guess everybody was at work yesterday.
Yeah, they all had too many cards. They had to sit them.
Yeah. Oh, even the crowd gets a card. All right. Let us play the anthems.
Here we go, look at this. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it to the limit. Danger, danger, danger. I jumped on a croc under the water. Whack, hit me in the head. Scarred me here. I'm on top of the world. I'm gonna push it to the limit. I get to do the wildest things in the world. I'm gonna push it to the limit. You need to come with me. I wanna share it with you. Come with me. Share my wildlife with me. Woo. This is just such a special...
All right, and off we go. I would say that I feel like JP is a slight favorite in this, but it's not like they've been terribly offense capable either. That's just kind of like the feel I get. Do you guys have any takes on this?
Yeah, that's kind of the feel I get too. And haven't looked great. JP, they haven't looked the best, but they did get a draw out of the reigning champion, so you have to say that gives them a little bit of an edge.
Just a tiny bit. Autism's taking an early shot. It's good block. JP's not done yet. Can they find their way outside the wing? Looking for Sage. Back to Autism. Sneaks it in. And we're bared out pretty quick. It's a 1-0 lead for JP. They couldn't see Sage. And instead, he sends it back out to Autism, who spoke, and the goal total listened.
These kind of goals are what I love about 17. That was just so beautiful, that pass back to Autism.
The setups. Oh, Gabe the dog tries the same sort of setup from Outdoor Cat there. Unfortunately for him, Slutsane, powered up by the formation, as Detroit said earlier, has saved that one. And I was going to say the counter's on. We've got our first little fuss of the day. Is there a card? Is there? No, no, just a little bit of warning. No official card popping out or anything here.
I have to say it's appropriate for that specific referee to call AN out on his bullshit.
I don't think autism can really go direct from here, and indeed it goes. Was that his own man?
I think it might have been.
No, it was in fact an AN defender, and now the dangerous corner is coming up. They'll clear it at first. Matatsuki puts it right into the defender on the poor, lonely DMF volley. We haven't really seen a squat toilet pay off yet, have we?
No, we've seen a couple blooters, but we haven't really seen the pop out, corner goal like that.
Yeah. So, one more for the eventual record when it finally does happen one of these days. Pushed out in a bad place. JP still gets the throw in. And they've been on the attack a lot this half. I don't think
this has definitely been their half at least.
I think we've only seen Autism just has a little slip. He's too busy spurging out there and can't really get anything out of the possession they're trying to leave him. We'll see if he can make up for it here. Back in to get out of JP, who skies it.
Yeah, just get out of the entire stadium, why don't you?
I mean, I thought we've already checked that the balls aren't like filled with helium anymore.
Yeah, they're properly inflated at least.
That wasn't that bad. Some poor green-faced Anon up in the stands got a face full of it, but that's to be expected when you sit right behind the net.
Yeah, JP getting really excited. They've got the possession, they've got the chances, so they're trying.
I think we've seen one good build-up by AN so far too, but they need more, especially one in the hole like this, and they've just lost it in the midfield. Oh, what is this coming back to fight? He's got a man on the pitch not doing anything. But it breaks his way almost. Unfortunately, just lacking the control to finish that off. And what a through ball. Get out of JP. On pace and knocks it in. It is a 2-goal advantage for JP currently. Looking dire for AN. They're going to have to do something. Patience by get out of JP there. Just waiting on the keeper. Being sure-footed.
Yeah, usually the keepers have no problem with those, but this time, I don't know what Petrok was doing, but...
Yeah, as loud as it can sound, that's the kind of goal that you don't see a lot of in 17. 9 times out of 10, you just see him go wide.
So you mean switch the defense containment area to the opposite as well? So we're just switching attack area and containment area, basically, right? I'm gonna assume. Okay, all right, so we're good. And just gonna try something else. Confident in the formation, apparently. This feels like they need to work a different area now. We'll see. We'll see if that pays off for them in any way. They're still driving this. Poor what is this is signaling for the card, but no, good takeaway. And they have to watch out because get out of JP has friends coming up from behind.
Yeah, he's just asking the referee, what is this? Because he thinks it's a foul. He doesn't realize it's just good defense.
It's nice to see a solid defense catching the ball. There's been one little fuss by the ref, but nothing else so far. Of course, we're only 30 minutes in. And no outdoor catch should have gone around. No bully for that. Waits and waits, and it doesn't pay off.
Oh, and another
This
one.
long ball's
Another
almost
one.
caught. Get out of JP again. And that sunk
Could be
it.
happening.
Oh no! Is that it for AN? It's 3-0 to JP. Poor AN just being told to go outside like the dogs and cats they are over and over again.
As excited as everyone is for what this scoreline could be in the next game, it's almost hard to remember that AN is a team itself, and you do kind of need to feel for them a bit.
Little bit, but I mean, this is one of those games where you started controlling your destiny and you let it slip through your fingers. It's unfortunate, but, you know, consolation goals don't mean anything for them here. You don't win this, you go home. And I don't think... does anybody think they can find 4 back in PES 17?
Not the way they're playing, and definitely not the way JP's playing. JP's counter-attack is way too efficient right now.
The counters have been deadly. How do they find those through balls to get out of JP so far?
Yeah, it's like a couple of them have been just really bad AN defensive blunders.
Yeah.
Just like
Are you having a problem with the striker? Just throw him to the turf. Just don't let him go for a run. It's fine. Apparently you won't
get away with one there, but he let JP get away with enough of them that it kind of evens out.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Don't want to let this get too out of hand or anything. We are coming up on halftime. Sorry, go ahead.
The AN defense is just having so much trouble with these JP through balls. They keep on blundering.
Outdoor Cat actually turn and burn to that in, and they've pulled it back 3-1. Perhaps just enough to make this next half interesting. Off the weak foot, too.
I was just putting up a prayer and God answered.
Well, they're going to need a few more prayers for the second half. As we sit, it is a 3-1 scoreline for JP. Oh, you know what I didn't do, Ian? I didn't play the game horn. You have my... Here, I'm going to do that for halftime because I blundered while we make your changes. Here, everybody have some Bork while we do a little bit of changing. Are we good with the changes, AN, or do you need anything else? Okay, maintain positioning and that's all? Great. Okay, you got it. On we go. So, you think they've got a prayer of pulling it back? I have to ask.
I think at most I could see them getting a tie. I don't see them actually winning.
Oh, a patrician 3-3 draw purely to troll your opponent out of their chance to advance. I'm ready. Scan Snake trying to do a little defense here. Ambitious volley by the pleasure of being Cumden's side, but it's wide left. One of these days, the squat toilet, you know?
It looked like
yet.
it was starting to curve, but just wasn't quick enough.
I think it's one of those press box angle. It's curving away, if anything.
Yeah.
Yes, like you said, a press box angle can kind of make it seem a little different than it actually is.
It's true.
I think for one of those to actually hit, you'd need to have a medal taking those.
I'm convinced one of these days we'll get the 77 just perfectly aligning somehow. Now,
Yeah,
AN is playing Lang Ball now, so it'll be interesting to see if they can just go over the JP defense at some point. They seem less afraid of just really blasting it up there.
It's a little bit of, hey, it's working for them, so maybe it'll work for us. And well, you never know.
Who doesn't like a little end-to-end? Bring back Rocket Ball. Subs called for at 65, not a problem. That was an interesting pass.
The long ball's supposed to go the other way, guys.
Trying to get it up to... Oh, wow, outdoor cat running over! If only What Is This had charged up for that after it. But no, no cheeky rebound for AN, and here comes the counter by JP trying to put this game away. Again, another strange athletic clearance.
But yeah, AN's waking up. I'm liking this.
It certainly has breathed. Oh, he's a mile offside. Never mind. I was like, oh, what a through ball. Autism with nobody around. Well, yeah, there's a reason for that.
But yeah, now it's happened once, and that almost connected. They have to be careful now. JP will get more of those.
The counter was where JP was dangerous in the first half, so it's on AN to be the speaker here. JP's just answering. They don't really have to do anything else. Looking for What Is This up in the middle. Good defending by JP. Solid, but no, like, murder ball. Why is JP so shitty get that out of there? Indeed, and it's a good job to keep it in. Japanese Bird.
Options.
Oh, he has autism. Bad use of it, honestly.
I'm so let down by autism. I expected more out of autism.
Pretty much, after how he got his first one, and it's time for subs. What do you got for me, guys? The most tired, all three, is all in, says. That looks like 2 center backs, and maybe those are medals, right? So, yeah, the AMF. We'll get Honey Badger and Fuck Off Vegan in there. Excuse me. And what do you think? Burb, Space Bat. It's got to be, right? The classics? Or maybe Canadian Goose. They used to love him, too.
Put a Space Bat. I don't think you can trust a Burb, either a Burb or a Canadian Burb, against a team with a Japanese Burb.
That's true. You gotta prevent the bird on bird riggy diggy do there. Okay. And let me know if that's good. Meanwhile, JP says we'll hold on to 70. I like the way our players look. Okay, sure. I can do that.
Yeah, nobody seems too tired.
Yeah, I feel like JP could wait a little bit longer in the subs if they really wanted to.
And they're going to. We're going to look at that in about 5 minutes. So, is AN running like Meiman press or something? Because their players seemed a lot more gassed.
It doesn't look like it. They could be, and it's just not working.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to be really careful about how you apply Meiman press because of just how exhausted the players get. It does. Sorry, go ahead.
there was a lot of excitement about the advanced tactics when they were first introduced, and it's just people have to learn how to use them and not just when to use them and not just that you can use them.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the midfield. We're at 70. What do you got for me now, JP? I kind of feel like meme and press is a little bit of an afterburner. You can turn it on and things will be better for a little while until you run out of energy and they're just running circles around you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just like that little bit of nitro that'll burn your car up if you use it too much.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you just turn on and forget about. That's how you just gas all your players and
Oh
lose
boy.
games.
The only option for pleasure of being come inside is a purple Cherno. But then again, there's only 20 minutes left. Perhaps that was what the waiting for 70 was about.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what color she is; she's still the strongest, right?
Yeah, true, true. All right, what else? We still have 20 minutes and whatever we've got in stoppage. Oh, okay. JP going for a timeout here. Is that the only thing you want out of it? Okay, holding on to those other 2 subs then. We're good to go. Hold on. All right, I'm waiting.
A lot of people don't might think that stamina doesn't affect as much as like tactics and stuff, but with how tired AN is compared to how tired JP is,
Left and
it just
right or
feels like
both get out of JP.
it just feels like JP will just come up and get another goal just out of almost sheer will, you could say.
Bird on left and Sage on right. Okay, anything else? No. All right. So, JP only going to make 1 sub, taking a timeout because they're going to drop it to defense. Oops, stay on preset 1. Going to drop it to defensive mentality, though. Or, I'm sorry, JP, were you on preset 3? Fuck, this happens every time. Yeah, you were the one on 3, the butt plug formation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You're back on 3. I have not fucked up that hard.
Not yet.
I mean, I will find a way to rig this goddamn cup before the day is out. You watch. Even having caught
Yes.
the emotions off thing.
Oh.
Autism! Sinks
he
it!
happens again.
Oh no! It is 4-1 up for JP. What a banner day they're having.
いつもあなたの味方です OK 頭上がり風吹いて楽しい気持ちだけをテイクペットを手首で徹底的に立てつけとにかくジャンプアンダウン耳そわたれてときめいて嬉しい気持ちが生まれいくよ幸せを呼ぶ方程式はあなたのそばにあるので大いる目で落ち着いて無駄な抵抗など本を織り出してどうにかなるって信じていれば本気にさせちゃうジャンプアンダウン笑顔の畑が広がって明日に向かって今でいく大きな幸せを呼ぶ方程式は
I missed the manual replay. Subs are all coming on. No further changes, it looks like. I mean, 15 minutes is not going to get you 3 goals. Sorry. And how about a little death? Is there a card coming
Get
in?
your card.
Yep. Take that yellow with you. Enjoy it. Does JP have any cards already? Only for no bully.
Yeah, no bully.
Of all the players. Well, they're about to add a second yellow here. Corndog Tinchy carrying that yellow forward. Although not much. And, wow, Gabe the dog trying to bork out a final response.
And the goalkeeper just kind of stumbles over herself.
Yeah, what
I
was
love
doing?
that little, I'm not really going to put the full effort in for this one move that you see from the goalkeepers like that. Oh, additional subs at 8-0. Sure, no problem, JP. We'll be
It's kind of like a
upon
check
that
swing
any
in
minute.
baseball.
It doesn't net you anything, though. Sacrificing your body and just falling over doing nothing have the same effect for a goalkeeper. I mean, unless you stop the ball, I guess.
Right.
And gonna try to take another swing at it here, but even if they get it to 4-2, it's just kind of too little too late. JP kind of really making things in that next game interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this at this point they're both just playing for pride to see if maybe they can help end the menace or if AN can maybe avoid the spoon.
I think AN with a single point has already avoided the spoon unless things go really wrong for the teams that have no points. There are several of them.
Yeah, you never want to feel too safe though.
No, I understand, but with 3 or 4 goals to their name and, Outdoor Cat really trying there. They'll get a corner out of it at least. Oh, I missed your sub, JP, sorry. Here, maybe I can catch it before the corner. This is the first time we had some stoppage.
Yeah, it's not like it matters anyway. It wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I think
earlier.
with their scoreline, they're not going to be too upset with me for being a little inattentive with the sub there.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can catch it. There we go. All right. What's your substitute, JP? Sage's looking pretty gassed there. He's a metal, though, isn't he? Yeah. Okay.
I guess that must be the streamer privilege because the rest of us can't really see just how gassed Sage looks.
Well, his little stamina bar is red instead of green.
Well,
so.
No, because we can't see Sage because he's invisible.
Yeah. I have the secret knowledge. I'm sorry. Why is JP so shitty out for which two who would you fug? All right, that's the last of their subs. So I think we're good to go on. Yep, that's all. What is this? It is a last-minute corner. Can they get it in? No, it's actually wide. It looked good for a moment there.
Anytime the offense can get their head on the ball, you gotta feel your heart pitter patter just a little bit.
Oh, that looked good too. Take it to the vet has to be regretting that not being just a little more on target.
Well, Take to the vet has a lot of things to regret this match.
I think he has a thought. Well, actually, I don't know. Wouldn't he the one that got? Yeah, he's the one that got them their draw, so he doesn't have to regret this cup as much as some certain other players.
He just hasn't been
Oh
showing
no!
up
Oh
this
no!
match.
Get out of JP denied with a little bit of a stumble. I think that should be
Why is there a
a
corner?
goal. Wow. I thought it was going to be a corner too, but I hesitated because I'm always wrong on that.
I tried to take the bullet for you.
Oh, we are down to stoppage here, and a 3. I feel like we can get a cheeky last-second goal out of somebody. What if JP knocks another one on? How crazy does that make this next match?
Well, I'm not sure it actually changes anything because I think this was the scoreline they needed to win by for MU to just be able to win and knock them out. It would be our first Spain of 17, though.
That's true. We haven't seen one yet, have we? I'm still kind of thinking, it's going to be Pez's favorite result. We're headed for the 4-2, right? Let's see if What Is This can make that come true. Gabe's, no. JP's going to clear it out, and it looks like that'll kill the clock.
Yep, either JP's getting the last attack or this is going to be done.
We are done. 4-1 for JP.
Well, we're halfway to the desired result. Let's see if we can finish it out.
Oh, that makes this next match a real cracker coming up.
What's even more sad, though, if MU and MLP pull out a tie, this match is still
This
entirely
match still
meaningless.
meant shit, yeah. But I mean, it's JP put themselves in the best position possible. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you can't fault JP here. They just did what they came out to do, what they needed to do, and they just got to hope for the best.
So, Sage or get out of JP?
I'd say get out.
I don't know. I'm gonna go outside.
Or not Sage. It's autism. Sorry, autism or get out of JP. I have autism. Yeah. So you're saying it's autism? I'll say that it's autism. And was that get out of JP?
Yeah, I'm feeling the get out.
Okay. Here we go. It is autism is your condition of the match. Get out of JP, only getting a 6-5 despite the 2 goals. What a snub.
It almost feels weird that Slutsune only got a 5.5. It seemed like she did her job a little bit better than that.
Well, let's take a look at the full stats. Maybe that'll give us some info. 3 shots on target, 2 saves, basically. I kind of get. I can understand the argument for it. We had a lot of scores in the first half there. Autism from Sage, get out of JP from Autism, get out of JP, Outdoor Cat. Halftime, Autism from Sage, subs occur, Corndog Tinshi. The cards don't matter for JP though. If they survive this next match, if the next match breaks out with a winner,
they have no suspension, so they get wiped.
yeah, it gets wiped. So JP potentially sitting pretty, depending on the next match. And JP really working that middle, nothing else.
See, I really thought it was going to be the other way with AN working JP's middle, but it just, I guess, middle abuse is just too real.
It's still pretty good. AN looked like they were winning the ball in offensive spaces a lot more often too, surprisingly. I guess just good. JP's found a way to do good build-up here. And they're gonna have
that
to.
JP long counter was just that destroys teams.
They
especially
had some
in situations like this.
They had some very pretty through balls this match, yeah.
Somebody told me about halftime. I didn't get a chance to bring it up, but apparently, and this could be wrong, JP has never made an elite knockout.
That doesn't seem right. I swear they've been
It doesn't.
there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right, but it's what I've been told. And
All right. Well, you guys stay right there. Let me scroll through the individual match records here really quick in case somebody just needs to dig all these out in the future for perfect fantasy points. And with that, I think we'll play a little JP anthem and then get set up for this next one. Don't go anywhere. Where is that? There we go.
Thank you.
You don't realize how long JP's anthem is till you play the whole thing. Alright, we are getting set up still here. I think we might have a couple more subs coming in, maybe a sub or two coming in at any rate from Mulp. Let's set up a little music here.